And the same with the question of the excremental vision. He doesn't deal with Brown's book directly, incidentally. He uses Trilling's work, but Trilling was a derivative of Brown. But anyway, of course, Juan Carlos, he deals mainly with Freud, and he says, and of course he admits, look, you read Freud, and it's shit all over the place. It's the experimental vision is as present in Quevedo, in fact, more present in Quevedo than in Jonathan Swift. But Juan Carlos' view is that I could almost quote him. No se trata de la fase anal ni de ninguna estupidez de ese estilo. So it's not a question of. So to understand Quevedo's anality, you have to understand him in the context of the 17th century. This is what Carlos is saying, quite correctly, by the way, quite correctly. He's saying that Quevedo, you have to think of the emergence, of the resurgence of feudalism and the problems in the 19th century, and the matrices. The matrices are clashing. Quevedo is attacking the proto-subject of the bourgeoisie, and he's really covering it in shit, literally, and dragging it down into the mire. And but Juan Carlos is insisting at the same time. But no, it's not a question of the anal complex. Huh? I cannot follow that. I cannot understand why he insists that the libidinal unconscious is un vacío. No, that this surely the psyche is as complex and as structured as the social formation. Why should you insist on all this overdetermination and complexity of a social formation? And yet when you move onto an individuality, you say, well, it's un vacío. In effect, then he doesn't resolve the relationship between the ideological unconscious and the libidinal unconscious. Basically, he just dismisses the libidinal unconscious and says that, well, the libidinal unconscious is just taken over by the ideological unconscious. That's all it is. And the point I'm making was, I do accept that I would agree with him that it is the ideological unconscious that recruits, that adapts the libidinal unconscious, but there is more going on there. There's one needs to go back, and after all, if you think about theory and history, he says a lot about the body.
Yeah,
he says that the feudal body is a material body, substantia, whereas animism, the body is the nude. It's been etherealized. It's been spiritualized. He has a lot to say about the body, but he doesn't refine those concepts in terms of the complexity of the psyche. And as I mentioned earlier, I think in the end he's very nervous about the idea of a human nature, because he wants to keep in place the idea of a radical historicity. And as soon as you get human nature, radical historicity goes out of the window.
Giving it away.
It's lost.